Good morning guys, it's Jenny here from Just Jenny Journaling. Welcome back to my channel. It's a flip through today of the companion journal to Becky's that I did probably a couple of weeks ago, her sort of nature come scripture journal. This one is called Nature Notes and Treasures. Because it contains just that. Well, at the moment it contains a lot of nature images, and it will soon contain somebody's notes and their treasures too. So I made it out to the same, repurposed the same Reader's Digest book, which measures about 20 by 20. Measures about 20 by 20, and it has 120 pages. So it's 3 signatures, 120 pages, which is 240 front and back, plus it has extra journaling cards and bits and pieces in it too. I've actually just tied it with some frayed, is it burlap or linen? Can't remember what it's called actually, but you can see what it is, and this grosgrain sort of olive coloured ribbon. It's a really generous bow type thing. It's covered with, so it's decorated with this faux kind of little vine thing, and the faux leaves, and it has the little metal embellishments as well, as you can see. The spine is covered with this vintage fabric, which I love, and I'll be using this for the February collection of Trevor's notebooks and bits and pieces. And the back is decorated as well with just with the faux leaves. I like the thought of it looking quite sort of rustic, and so it's not, you know, it's not clean classic. It's sort of a bit sort of, you know, out there really. So, and I've also at the bottom in the I've sort of inside I've trimmed it with fabric, and which is sort of hanging down, and this beautiful lace as well, and you'll see, as I say, it's got 3 signatures and it's lovely. So let's go inside. So I've said it's called Nature Notes and Treasures. It probably is changeable. If you would want to call it something else, it probably wouldn't be a big issue, to be honest, but there you go. Right, so first and foremost, what's nice is it lays really quite flat. So I've decorated it inside with this beautiful lace, and it's sort of, what's the word? So I've done it 2 ways. So you've got the lace pocket sort of to push into downwards, and also sideways too, which I thought would be quite nice because I just love it. Looks so lovely. And then I've popped some handmade journaling cards in. I do have the video share, I think, of these when we made them. The first cover of the first signature basically is scrapbook paper, so it's a card, you know, and then I've popped some of that fabric at the bottom. The sort of it's kind of chrysanthemum fabric, but I just loved it. I love the way it looked on that. And popped in a little, just a little detailed card from my vintage ephemera box, and a little sticker there on there, and a beautiful metal embellishment that was a gift from one of my lovely friends. And then I've sort of, as you can see, it's got the lace tab. Now I haven't popped anything on the tab there because, although I have on the other 2, but just because it's just got a lot going on here, and particularly with that, I didn't want to detract from it. So there you go. As we go in, a little bit of sewing. I've done some Franken paper. Anyway, let's just go through it. So this is from this beautiful botanical book that I have. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I've popped that in. It's sort of flowers from all over the world. So this book is filled with all types of animals. Birds, which we love birds. Beautiful, just a little bit of paper from a magazine that we had on appreciating the seasons, so I'll pop some of those in. Bit of stamping there. I can't remember, I have another Reader's Digest book which is a similar size to this, and that I think that's all about British wildlife, and so I've popped a few of those pages in. I think that's what these are, the bird ones. This is really heavy 300 GSM watercolour paper, which is lovely, and I've left it plain and just popped a little journaling thingy over the top for you to open up and journal in it should you wish. So a lot of the journaling cards I've actually clipped in using these gorgeous sort of teardrop clips, paper clips. Haven't done lots of fuss and pockets, to be honest. I just thought the papers will speak for themselves, and you've got generous pockets front and back and lots of different pins, paper clips to clip things into. This is from another old vintage bird book, which I love. Lots of opportunities to collage on the back of these pages. Bit of stenciling there on this tea-dyed paper. I popped this in because I was working with cats for Becky's journal, and I really loved these. And I know most people who love animals love cats too. So if this is something, the journal you're interested in, you don't particularly like cats, let me know and I can cover them. If you wanted me to cover them with a different image, that's fine. But I just thought they were quite cute. This is just from an old book that I found. This is one of the Franken papers, a book on trees that I have, and I've basically just sewn it together just to make a nice size. This is from the other Reader's Digest book, and I just love the page. I just love the whole, so I've put so you can see it. It flips out. That cheeky little fox, if you can see that. It's just such fun. I just thought, you know what, it deserves to be in here, but I didn't want to cut it down. So you've got some tea-dyed sort of beautiful floral paper on the back for journaling, and what I've done on that, I'll clip it like so. And here you've got a little bit about the different animals, carnivores, wildcats, foxes. Really, I see not so much of the glare. I was quite pleased with that woodland stamping. And just the circle cutouts that we did. I think I did a video on that. A vintage botanical image. I just love it, just pop that in. This here is just some scrapbooking paper, so it gives a lot of texture. You can pin things on it or whatever, but I've popped this is the middle signature, and I've left the strings loose on this because it's just with the mood of the journal really, so I'm trying to get it without the glare. There you go, a beautiful autumnal scene, and I've kind of framed it on there. Okay, right, how are we looking? Yes, there you go. Yeah, right. A little bit of stamping there, bit of like a woodland wreath, and again we've got the little it's all about badgers and otters. This little page, which I loved. I thought I'd pop it in. Polecats and stoats and weasels. Really quite woodlandy. And this one is beautiful one about the red deer. Gorgeous pages, gorgeous pages. So this is just still the first signature. More cats. Another bit of Franken paper. I don't know if, for you guys who don't know, the idea of Franken paper was started off by Nick the Booksmith, where you kind of, like a Frankenstein, it's a page made up of all different scraps of paper which you sew together. So it's suddenly become part of people's vocabulary now. Right, so there you go. This one, just a little postcard that I put together with a vintage, with a little stamp, little postage stamp, and I popped that in. I just thought it looked nice as a contrast clipped onto there. Paper clipped onto there. Oh, yes, I did that, guys, without actually knocking the camera over. Quite different for me. There you go. There you go. That's just a lovely piece of green card, and then I popped a little Tim Holtz on there. You've got your birds. Another piece of that beautiful paper, watercolour paper, should you wish to watercolour, or do whatever you like with it really. Wildflower page, checked page, square, not checked. A page on fungi, which I love these images. Absolutely beautiful. And that's the other side of that the flower book that I have, Flowers of the World. So that's the signature one. That's the end of the first signature. Second signature basically just has some lace on it with a little tassel. You can see that. And then I popped. This is from a book of trees that I have, and I've tea-dyed quite a few. It's a lovely heavy paper. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. And on this piece of watercolour paper, I just clipped in this beautiful vintage botanical image. That's clipped in for you to do with as you wish. Bit of graph paper, some butterfly page from the other Reader's Digest book that I have. This is a book that I've used quite a lot of. I've got two now, and it's somebody, they've just done like watercolours and drawings around the United Kingdom, and it's lovely. It's lovely. It's a beautiful paper and beautiful images. So I'll pop some of that in because it's really, really fitting. I love the way this tea dye came out, and if you can see just how grungy it looks, and it's got, I don't know how it made that pattern. I like to say that I have some special system, but you know how random it can be. Another part of that tree book, a piece of just a piece of wallpaper that I have in my stash that I thought looked lovely in there. This is from this book. Again, that's clipped in. That piece, that's plain on the back for journaling. A little bit of stenciling on that page. That was that Oriental sort of lantern stencil stamp that I had, and I did it in Becky's, and I just put one in here as well. Oriental stamp again. The bamboo. The other side of that beautiful book. Look at that. Look at that. Castle Douglas. I saw this name a few weeks ago. Garuk. I had no idea where it was. Apparently it's on the Clyde. And then I was looking through these pages, and there it was. I just think that's the centre of that. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Love, 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 love. There we go. Some more of that Franken paper with birds, as well as the beautiful. Oh, I love that tree. I love that tree image. I really do. The tree book. Let's try and hold it along a little bit. Other side of the wallpaper and the tree. Graph paper. Graph paper is really quite heavily tea dyed, and then it's got the stamping on it. Butterfly garden notes on here. That's got a little floral on it. That was bought like that from a magazine. Stenciling and stamping. Fragrance of nature. Things to do this spring. I haven't popped that in. I will actually clip that over something. I will clip it over something, I think. And beautiful again. This is in Aberdeenshire. This, oh, I love it. Sometimes you don't realise just how beautiful something is until you look at it again. Oh, little cat thing, Dewberry, which I shall pop in on a clip. Let's put that out there so I remember to clip it in. The last signature basically is gorgeous. Well, it all is. Again, it's this lovely kind of textured looking scrapbook paper, and on that one I've just done a little bit of burlap with the faux leaf, and I've popped in, I don't know if you can see, just it's a little piece of a old bracelet. I'll be using quite a few in my February collection. I don't know if you can see it, and I just pinned that on. Take it off if you like, but I just like the way that looked on that piece of burlap, and it's sort of wooden looking on the back. I love it. Bit of Edith Holden. You've got to have a bit of Edith Holden, haven't you, in any sort of nature book. Shall I pop that? Shall I pop that? Let's just pop that on there for now. Let's just pop that on there for now. It's done. It's done. It's done. Again, a tree book, little half page with the round cutout. And on this one, I basically sort of opened it up, and then you've got a little journaling card on the back there. Random piece of paper that I had. And again, that's got roses. That's from this book. Rose bushes. Tea dye paper. Gorgeous. Plenty to look at. As I said, you want to collage or maybe add a little note. That just says coast. I just love it. So I'll pop that in there. So there's quite a bit in here. I think I've done a video of popping that together. It just says grateful. It's part of the collection I did for Becky's journal, for her, as it's a gratitude journal. So there you are, guys. Nearly coming to the end. I will say this will be well, it's half term now. Very, very busy weekend. So I may well pop this video up for you to have a look at and list this probably about Tuesday, Wednesday, because it's going to be a crazy weekend. But I will, if you check on Instagram, I'll pop it, or even pop a little video just to say that it's actually live on Etsy, but I'll pop it on Instagram when it's live. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the flip through, and I'll probably pop little snippets on Instagram. So this is just a few little so this is a double pocket there, so you can pop something in here as well as there. I've just put this little cat image in that I hadn't used, so I thought I'd pop it in. And these are just from a tree book that I found and I absolutely love, so I popped them in. Just pop them in. They're just of interest, really, and beautiful. So I pop those in the back. If you want to put some tea dyed paper on them, on the back, or little post-its and write on them, you can, or you can leave them as they are, or you can sort of cut them up and collage with them in your journal. It's really up to you. And then on the back, I've just collaged, yeah, it's kind of collage, isn't it? Just some of these leaves on the bottom there. And there you have it. There you have Nature Notes and Treasures. I hope you love it. I really enjoyed making it. A bit different for me. Well, the two were a bit different, really. Quite rustic. I like the idea of it being a little bit rustic. My next project, or next in the studio, is going to be. Did I show you this little lovely here? He's beautiful, isn't he? Or she? Yeah, is the February collection. Quite late in February. It's just how it's been this last month. So I've been working on a part of that is a traveller's notebook for Tasha. She sort of had a sneak peek at, was emailing me about different traveller's notebooks and things, and really liked the fabric I'm going to be using for that. So this is what I'll be working on in the next week or so. She should be released. Some hardbacks, some just little wraparound journals I'm going to do, and some traveller's notebooks as well in this. And they have it in the, oh, where is it? Oh well, you get the gist. You get the gist. So guys, thank you so much for watching. As I said, I'll probably upload this and then it will be probably released Wednesday that'll be Wednesday the 20th. Wednesday the 20th of February, by the time I've actually got round to, you know, doing all the Etsy photographs and all that. So, hope you've enjoyed this. I've loved doing it. Welcome to new subscribers. Thank you for joining us. And for you guys, for anyone that's new, haven't actually followed before, please like and subscribe if you do. If you don't don't subscribe. It really is simple as that. But it'd be lovely to have you on my journey. Take care then, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.